I do not know what my last time was.
What you want to play?
All right. It was 322 4101. 322 41 01.28. Holy shit takes inside of a marshmallow. 1 second. I'm not gonna get to a plus 512. Why not? Is it not possible? Oh, okay. Beep. I'm hoping my game crashed. I really hope my game crashed. I'm done playing. I'm done playing. I'm done playing. It's so boring. Hey, but at least I'm less than 200 hours away from the game being over with. You know? That's just like another 3 months at most. Of course it didn't crash. Why would it? Hello, Hermit. And hello, 5 frame per second birds. FFPSB. 5. Gert says, yo. Who would name their child example? Like, seriously. Who's like, yeah. I'm gonna name my child example. Bro, my left stick has stick drift. So I like move. Ever so slightly. I'm gonna knife with stick drift. Once I get my stick drift to not like move, like then I don't even touch my left stick then the rest of the round. I want to go ahead and get over here. I don't trust it. Like right now, I'm good now. All right, here comes the fun. Oh boy, I get to do this. I'm only gonna play 2 rounds today. And I don't think I'll even play at all when I get home tomorrow night. Tomorrow's my last day of school, and my finals last a while. Don't say tag. I think you should play a first room on Blood of the Dead. Try a first room out. I think that could be fun. No, not with megas. Classics. Do a first room Voyage of Despair with classics. You get access to a 1 perk of your choice, and that's it. Voyage is actually a pretty decent first room, I think. I mean, how many first rooms have a perk in them? Mm-hmm. Alright, well, I'm going to use that max ammo at the beginning of next round. I'm not going to use it this round. Firebase in Forsaken? Okay. Well. Yeah, technically. But, like, how useful are those, how useful are those perks, really? They might be a little useful. They can't be, like, quick revive? Sure. But, oh boy, I got death perception. That's it, though. Yeah, that's only if you can actually get a kill, though. How are you getting a kill on Firebase Z whenever you don't have any, like, when your weapon's bad on a first room? E-Tool purple can kill on health cap? Of course you know that. That makes, of course, because why not? Why wouldn't it? I never did get my E-Tool in the game to purple rarity. I never did. Or not purple rarity, to dark matter. Huh, I did not know that. Yeah, that thing swings fast, like what, 3 swings a second? It still doesn't make sense to me why you're able to run faster with an E-Tool than, like, shouldn't your fastest sprinting speed be with, like, nothing at all? It actually makes no sense whatsoever that you can, you know, jump higher with the Psy melees and run faster with the E-Tool. It's kind of stupid, I think, but you know. Just freaky, yeah. Oh, man. What do I do? I'm kind of bored already. You have a cold again? That sucks. Basically your period. Every month for like a week. Oh my gosh. Alright, time to go find something good on YouTube. Extreme. Ooh, this is by Midwest Safety. I love Midwest Safety. We have this one. Extreme police chase leads to 36 charges. Dude, Grades. Do you think, given your car of choice, you know, Could you run away from the police, do you think? Would you be able to run away from the police? The wise police officer at the end of the video. The wise what? This was released 28 minutes ago and is 27 minutes and 35 seconds long. Alright, let's see here.
Flagler County deputies in Florida were notified of a stolen vehicle.
Okay, since when is Florida the Midwest? Why is... Florida is not the Midwest. I hate to break it to you. See, with bridges stuff maybe, but like big rural areas, what am I gonna do? Outrun them. It's a car of your choice. With the bridges.
After a license plate reader alerted on Columbus Day.
Confirming the signal 10 vehicle is not the white pickup truck. The signal 10 Jackson was back to a white Ford Econo
Dude, that's
line
crazy.
van.
My mom just texted me. Black smoke came out of the chimney. No new pope. Aww. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Drats. No new no new pope yet. Aw, man. I know, right? Aw, drats. How long do you think it's gonna go up, keep up for? Don't they vote like what, 4 times a day? That's all they do until they come up with a pope, like 4 times a day, every single day, except for Sundays. I think it's gonna be about like 8 months till we get a pope. I don't think we're gonna get a pope for a while. I think it's gonna take a while for them to actually come to a consensus on I think it's gonna be a few months.
That looks like there's a Ford pickup. I've got eyes on the vehicle. It's going to be coming out to Bulldog and 100 right now. If you could just confirm that 1028 just so we can confirm that this is actually signal 10. I believe 223, 224 in front of me. They're right behind the vehicle.
This
The
officer
pop election.
confirms the plate to dispatch, which comes back to a van. The
Okay,
suspects
if I
likely swapped
spoil
the
it,
plate to avoid
The
detection.
pop
but it appears
election?
this-
Yeah, spoil it. The pope election? The pop election? Yeah, spoil it. Who wins? How does the season end? Donald Trump becomes the new pope. Donald Trump. Hello, Peter. Welcome to Fortnite. Chief Lunger is being elected as the new pope. That's insane. I didn't know that. Chief Lunger, the new pope. He doesn't know yet. Don't tell him. Gotcha. Chief Lunger will be the new pope. That's crazy.
This plate may be stolen too.
1033 for Charlie 111. Fly your lunch first, please. 11, you landing, there's 3 of us behind you. Stand by, I'm lighting it up, please. Try to wait for Firefly to get up.
Turning right on Bulldog.
Dispatch has been
You ran on Bulldog?
Go on ZWR and be like, in the general and be like, "Yo, Chief, I heard you're gonna be the new pope. Congrats."
Listen. Match the hit.
Turning into FPC.
Flagler, Palm Coast?
Somebody get to the
Flanger?
front entrance to FPC.
It never goes well when they know early.
44.
Oh, of course. My bad. I should have known.
Flagler, if you can notify the SRDs there too, if they don't already know.
10-4, there's no school. Is there SRDs actually on scene there? Passing first entrance.
Dispatch has been updated.
No
Updated.
school today, only staff.
Dispatch has been updated.
Priority alert.
Alright, don't try to let over for police this authorized.
Medium priority alert.
1050.
Copy.
1050 stands for vehicle pullover for investigation?
Copy.
Via criminal investigation. Oh, okay.
Dispatch has been updated.
Vehicle's not stopping, heading toward the front entrance.
Copy, vehicle not stopping, heading towards the front entrance.
Dispatch has been updated.
It's running over the medians.
Copy, running over median.
GPS, they're going the wrong way down the street. I feel like they would know.
Westbound 100.
110, no pursuit is authorized, no pursuit is authorized.
Flagler policy only allows pursuits for forcible felonies, which involve the use or threat of physical violence, and only if they occur prior to police contact. Grand theft auto, while a felony, doesn't qualify. In many agencies, officers can still follow but are discouraged from pit maneuvers, high speeds, or anything that poses a great risk to the public, primarily in the interest of avoiding a fatal crash. Policy also requires officers to cut lights and sirens, and only follow a suspect if it remains safe to do so. A controversial rule we'll revisit later.
Passing landing on 100,
That's-
leaving in and out of traffic.
Against 6 of Beltran 100.
Back off. You
I don't know how to
back
feel
off
about
the
that.
right there. Coming up to Belterra.
Six missed.
Copy, 6 minutes. Passing Belterra. Passing Belterra.
Or using his invisible fishing pole.
Flagler, I'm trying to get ahead of the vehicle so I can set up there.
Well, they're doing some quick math. 629 feet in 5.533 seconds equals 77.51 miles an hour. Wow. I'm turning on. I'm turning in on the toilet. See you later. I gotta lock in again. Tuning in on. Gotta lock in, of course. Distance equals, what's it?
Passing Briarwood Path, still westbound on 100.
Speed is equal to distance divided by time, yeah.
Can I go up to that far, please?
This is some high quality police chase right here.
Gulf unit, were you able to see how many passengers were in the vehicle?
I got 10 swings to dark. Flagler, I'm going to need units in Benell to try and set up sticks. He's going too fast. I can't pull over safely and get a stick up.
The only vanilla unit we have is that Rogers towing right now. Working a signal time. Passing courthouse, passing courthouse. Copy, passing courthouse.
Call 17. What's the description of this vehicle? I'm going to be at 901 East 40.
So, white truck, filled with a bunch in the back.
White F-250.
Alright, he just dropped tools out the back.
We need like a felony counter on screen.
Whiskey, my driver.
Oh, stick around. Slow down.
Pass Dr. Carter, passing Dr. Carter.
Stop sticks deployed and positive hit.
You advise positive hit. Coming up on North Chapel.
Why do we keep
Coming up
measuring
on
the
100,
cruiser
coming
speed?
up
Come
100.
on.
Correction, coming up on US 1 at 100. Copy.
We're westbound on 11.
Copy westbound 11.
312 got 6 at State Road 11 at Mill Hall. Close to 140.
Just past Main Street.
He's throwing stuff out of the truck.
Flagler, I'll maintain communication on behind the vehicle. No lights, no sirens. He's throwing tools out of the vehicle to try and hit our vehicle.
me up.
Notify Volusia. I need an update on Firefly, please.
10-4, we gave them all the information. We're just waiting on them to list.
What location would you like us? They're on State Road 11, heading southbound from 100 from Benel.
We just exited the city limits of Benel on 11. Speeds are about 68.
Copy.
Kearney, you copy that I'm at State Road 11 and Middle Hall with Sticks.
Keep me updated.
Dimple. Looks like we're going to be coming up there. He's in the left lane. Looks like a tire's about to go out.
Mobile connection lost.
Roll 17C, document 901 East 40 Boulevard. Was it hit? Notated.
Speeds are 50 miles per hour. We're at Black Branch. Still south on 11.
There's another male in the bed of the vehicle.
Copy, another male in a vehicle.
Firefly, can you let me know when you get on scene, please? Copy, we're passing Belfair 100.
I got the helicopter on her.
Three of the four tires are going flat.
Be coming up on County Road 140 next. County Road 140.
Bell 24, are you still the only unit that's behind this vehicle directly?
Negative.
We got a guy that's in the back seat, or excuse me, in the back of the truck now, purposely throwing tools out at the marked patrol car at 111. Guys, be careful.
Don't get so close now.
Watch out, a welder's next. You see the welder coming 111?
I got it.
Who is the lead car?
111's lead. 624 in a second. I'll be calling.
Temper, thank you.
Yeah, you can see the guy in the back actually throwing stuff.
Alright, got a sledgehammer. Watch it.
Watch
It's
it.
like that.
One person do radio communications, please, that's blinded.
Oh, it's like that one thing from that one game. I don't know what it's called.
White male in the back throwing out tools. White male's gonna have a black shirt, blue jeans.
Watch it. There we go.
Black hat. White male, black hat, black shirt, blue jeans.
God, jeez. Oh, that's gonna be huge.
Okay.
Copy.
Talk about evac training.
Get ready for
Emergency vehicle operation course.
probably like 30 miles per hour, maybe 35.
Three of the four tires are shredded.
Alright, which tire is still the good one?
Passenger rear.
And the guy who was in the
Bed of the truck is now inside the cab. Alright, 312, you copy passenger rear, is the only good tire left. They're about 6,000 block now. Firefly Command. We're in the area. We see your deputies. Do we need to continue south?
steering wheel, you can get
Yeah, we just got it on the white pickup, and if the driver bails, then you just try to follow the driver, please. What is the exact location right now? There's State Road 11 southbound towards Cody's Corner, about halfway down State Road 11.
Do you have canine available at all? Nope, no canines today.
Anybody that's coming up on 11, be careful with the tools. I just got a tire blown out.
What does K9 stand for?
Hey, come up here.
I wonder, does that stand? Does K9 stand for something? I always wondered. What does K9 stand for? Oh, literally nothing. Is it seriously? It's just a homophone for canine. C-A-N-I-N-E, like a dog. That's so odd. It doesn't actually mean anything. It's just a different. It's just like different way, I guess, to. That's so weird. What?
Here, who is that? Hey! Hey! Get up here!
Echo 64 110. We might have fire police come out, start blocking the road, with all the tools in the road.
Alright, let's worry about what we have going on.
224, you able to deploy 6 as well?
Let's get this. I'll get one lane and you get the other. So if he goes to swerve, he can't miss him.
The male that was in the back trying to get something out of the back again.
Hey, step on that. That car's coming on the street. Ooh, that sounds horrible.
It's not really an extreme police chase, I'm not gonna lie.
313, I need you to block Cuddy's corner, please.
Stop!
Go ahead.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get down! Let the f down! Move! Move, you get shot! I got Wesley. Move and you get shot!
God, damn, no. Okay.
That was f***ing dumb.
What?
Real f***ing dumb.
God damn. Why y'all breaking my wrist for?
Call him to secure.
Dude, can you please give me some?
Please, 21 flag.
Shut up. Now chill out. You give me some shit?
No. Oh, God damn, dog.
Get up.
Sir? No.
Oh, God damn, man.
Put your head on the car.
Sit right here. Do not move.
That's our driver.
She was driving the car when it stopped.
You have anything on you?
He was in the back, so
He was driving too.
Leslie, lean forward, keep your face there, don't move.
Promise it's gonna be a real bad day if you move.
You have anything on you?
No,
Nothing you're gonna hurt me with besides this you threw at us?
no, nothing on me, brother. It's my phone.
Don't move. You know how it goes from here.
Roll over. Roll over. Other way.
God damn.
What's your name? Okay, good. We'll play this game. Tighten her up.
We got 2 secure. We can clear the channel and the truck is secure as well.
He stopped? They called him secure?
Stopped and got him occupied 2 times.
Well, what the heck?
Make sure she's tight.
What the heck?
Out of those real easy. Then do your doubles.
Nobody's outstanding. We have everybody.
Affirmative.
Alright, he's good.
Those are real good about slipping out. Don't even give a finger. Make sure you don't even have a finger.
Yep. Nope.
Don't move.
I don't care.
You gotta know what's coming, ma'am. You can't do that. And then you're gonna throw tools? You know how that's gonna go.
1033 is clear. One time you still want firefly. Thank you, clear. Thank you.
Sit down. I don't care. Sit down. Get in.
Lost your f***ing mind.
Your car.
Right here.
Boys.
Oh,
Ma'am,
swing
lean
over
up
here.
against the car, please. Thank you. She's been fluffing.
I was dodging stuff left and right, bro.
How's that? Got anything else on you we need to know about? Your last chance.
Not identifying yourself.
Why was he chugging water before he did that?
You want me to Mirandize? Well, search real quick. Okay. Here, step out real quick.
What's your name, ma'am?
Tammy.
You have anything on you that's gonna poke me, stick me, hurt me, stab me?
Oh yeah, that's Bomber. Bomber. Yeah, he's 25, 26. Yeah, he's like 50 hours in. Yeah, he wants to try and get to 1024. That's sadly not going to happen. He's not going to have enough time to get there. I don't think, but he will be able to at least, I think, hit 600. If he sticks with this game and he doesn't die, nothing happens, and he's like, you know, motivated, he'll hit a 600 easily. Be the guy after. Every single map's got to get to the 522-hour crash, you know? That's the goal. Every single map's going to get there at some point. The next map after this one is going to be 9. I'll just casually max out every single map. No issue. That'll be like my life goal. Maxing out every single map in the game. Starting with the one that was like the least possible to max out first.
You realize how dumb that was, right?
Yeah.
Here, anything you're blowing?
No, take it out if you like.
It's in the car. Was he searched too? Yes. Can you just check that tent, make sure there's nothing else in there?
That's like a 4-year process if I keep up at the pace I'm at.
I'm Deputy Wilkinson, all right? I'm going to read you your rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
With these rights in mind, are you willing to talk to me?
No.
Okay.
This is Deputy Wilkinson, okay? You want to step out for me so we can talk? Are you okay? Do you need medical attention? You can turn this way, bro. Yes, in 1 second. Look at me. We're just going to have to handle some business first, and I will loosen it up, okay?
The female suspect
Dude,
begins
I would
to
be
rock
crying
back and
too if
forth.
I had to listen to country music while being like in a police car. That's like arguably worse than jail. You know? Put me in solitary confinement. W body cams? Yeah. Let's get the high rounds for all of it. Yeah. Every single map's at 300 now, except for classified. Someone's got to go get classified up to round 300. Wait, so wait, what are the maps currently at? So we have 2 maps at 500 now. Tag and Ancient Evil. Blood of the Dead is at 400. Alpha Omega. Wait, let's see here. Blood of the Dead Classified's not. Alpha's not. Yeah. I don't think... Are any other maps at 400 yet? 9's not. Voyage is not yet. Ancient Evil it has gotten past that. Dead of the Night has gotten 400. So, Blood of the Dead and Dead of the Night are the only other maps that have hit 400 plus. Every other map is at least 300, except for Classified, which is still in the 200s. The fact that Classified hasn't been pushed yet is crazy. Maybe I'll play that map afterwards. I don't know. I know that no one wants to play Classified just because of how slow and boring it is, though. So maybe there's got to be like a new, I don't know, strategy. It'll be way longer? Yeah. Well, okay, I'm actually going to leave Voyage for now. There's a guy called Galaxy Gaming who has already played a whole lot on Voyage of Despair. He has like multiple 300 plus games, he says. He's just waiting. He's got like a wife and kids and everything though. So he's just waiting for a good time to play a long game on there. So I'm gonna leave that map for now. I think I'll try, I think I would try Classified after this. I don't know what map I'd want to play. I don't know if I want to play 9 or Classified. I feel like Classified is doing Dead of the Night currently. Oh, really? Okay, that's... Oh, that's his name, Dave. Oh, that's the Galaxy Gaming guy. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what map I want to try out after this one here. I'm not gonna touch Ancient Evil, Dead of the Night. Those maps already, you know, people. He lost his accounts. Oh, dang. Okay. Slime, yeah. Slim. 9 is mine, yeah. Tags, mine. Dead of the Nights. People have kind of already claimed some maps right now. 178, so I may go for... Ooh, dang, nice. That'd be good. I'm thinking Classified after this. 263 right now? Nice. You're going to hit 400, right? It's going to be a 400 plus game, right? Getting around 900 on 9? 300 at least? Yeah. I don't know. I want to do the most boring maps before. Yeah. I don't want to do Blood of the Dead. Blood of the Dead's about halfway to Crash. I definitely want to try, Classified out, though. Specifically, I want to try out, I don't know if it's possible to do it. But isn't there a way that I'm able to play classified hardcore? Like, some guy got to around 220 something on that map. So obviously it's possible. Your game's gonna be a while till it's over? Yeah. I still got 100 and... Yeah, by that... It's the one Chinese player, yeah. From teleporting? Ooh, that could be an issue. Yeah. I guess same thing as Alpha Omega, yeah. Like, you technically are able to make it back up to that trap just by using the elevator, but then you have those 3 window spawns on your way to the elevator that zombies almost always spawn from. If you can get to around 180, you'll be fine, because you can just use a regular gun to headshot them, and they'll just die, eventually. With later on, yeah, so it's just finding a way to get there. Once you get to 180, you're fine. But then also, you have to worry about insta-kill rounds. You're almost... You, I think, are... You're not forced to play at the, whatever place it's called. Up until then? Maybe, yeah. You're not forced to play at the whatever place, the Area 51, but playing insta-kill rounds on, you know, anything else would be absolutely awful. Insta-kill rounds in the actual Pentagon would be awful. Knifing sucks, yeah. Like, is it just not possible to do, or is it just hard? Because you gotta, like, run around. If you gotta run around, yeah, I'm not doing that. I thought there was, like, a little corner, though, you could lodge yourself in, though. Invisible zombies? Yeah. Oh, zombies can't come out. Okay. Dude, there's a fly in my room. It's kind of making me mad. It found my way. It found its way into my room, and it'll never get out now. So, that or I wonder if there's just is there just a strategy on that map that we just haven't found yet? That's like really easy. Create invisible zombies? Ooh. Oh, that would be... Does knifing explode them? I thought knifing didn't explode them, or is that only on, like, Black Ops 1? That is a huge issue if that's the case. They don't blow up, so you have to knife them then. So you're forced to knife... Oh my gosh. Oh, you could freeze them, though. Well, that's only gonna last so long, actually. That's gonna that causes so many issues. And there's really nowhere... You can't go anywhere near the... Wait, no, you can't even turn on power if that's the case, then. I do Alpha Omega Hardcore? Yeah, no. You can. I still wish they allowed Electric Burst for Alpha Omega Hardcore. Or, like, Electric Burst strategy. The map is dead on console. Like, there's no way to play Alpha Omega Hardcore offline. There's, like, no genuine way to play it offline. Like, you can, but it would take so long, it's not even worth doing. For a virtual number? Yeah, but the virtual number is, like, really high, though. So it's fun. after I get 9 in Ancient Evil 100 speedrun. You should go for the 163 speedrun again. You know? This is why I stopped trying to beat Nickname. I just can't. Right? I can't beat Nickname. Nickname, whatever it says. Like what Discord says. I saw that you changed your profile picture. What does Discord say, though? The round I'm on? Oh, wait, what is it? Hold on. Let me go see it real quick. Discord displays what round you're on? What? Oh, round 7. What on earth? Man, taking you 243 hours to get to round 7? Bad. It's taking me 323 hours to get to 18. Once I'm done with school, I'm going to start putting a lot of time into this game. I'm going to try and at least do like a 4 hours minimum each day. Like that's the general goal. I have about have like 198 hours, about 199 left. So I have about 2 months left if I do 2 months left or so if I do 4 hours a day. Probably not. Maybe it was a fluke. Who knows? It's so hard to test things when the games last that long. I'm less than 100 hours away from the longest game ever on zombies. Kind of cool. P messaged me? No. What'd he say? He's probably like, "Hey, I got hibernation to work." He's gonna say something like that, just because you're in a good game now. You gotta go You gotta go flawless as long as possible as well. Discord integration, like, cool, dude. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not like it's a huge thing anyways, but glad you hit me up for that. How much of my final percent grade is my final worth in my class tomorrow? How the server was? My mom just texted me food is ready. Oh boy. Hold on. Let me go check what my final syllabus. So exams are worth 45% of my grade. Okay. I actually have no idea what my current grade in the class is, though. Because they don't post it, you know. Nothing changed. It's funny. Do this fly T. Do this fly PMO. Alright, I'll be back in a second here. I'm gonna go grab some roast upstairs, some roast beef. Un moment. I'm back. Like my Reddit post? I don't do Reddit. I hate Reddit, actually. Not gonna lie. I absolutely hate Reddit and despise that website. What was the Reddit post? I can still play like this, can't I? Can I eat and play at the same time? I'm not gonna risk it. I'll do instead. Amateur is harder than insanity? No. Meaning to watch
We've
this.
seen time and time again road rage just break people's brains. There's something about that anger that is so potent that it has people just do the most unhinged things. Like a week ago, I made that video on the Florida man road rager who got so upset he dropped his britches and started shaking his weenie at a family in a car. There's just something about road rage that has people snap and get real freaky like they just took K2. And now today we're talking about another incident here with the infamous Delco Pooper. Just look at this menace. Look how proud she looks of herself. Some of you might know her by other names like Sally the Stinker. Probably don't know her by that name, I just made it up. But the point is, she has now rose to infamy because a video has surfaced where in a bout of road rage, she approaches her opponent's car, takes down her britches, and then aims the brown balloon not at the hood and blasts it. And I mean like Nickelodeon Slime Time blasts it with her poop. Fecal matter all over the hood of that car. And then she was arrested for it. It's very interesting stuff, but there's actually more lore behind it than you would expect. You see the video of the lady who shit on who shit on a car like projectile type?
But he means to see this as well.
Welcome to Liberty Falls. Population? Well, less than yesterday. Never been so glad to see backup arrive. Hell, lucky I'm still in one piece. I need you to look for survivors. Subdue any threats. Help me save this town. Copy. Holy hell, that's a lot of bodies coming your way. Get kinetic. Alpha, search the area. We've got 3 Janus science personnel missing. Their knowledge is critical for mission success. We take care of our own. Sorry you came here yet. Well, if anyone had to show up, I'm glad it was you.
Don't start shit you can't finish.
Not the XM4. Is.
And everyone you got. I ain't leaving till you're all in the dirt.
You see the face on that thing? Oh, nightmare fuel.
Stun thrown. This day just started looking up.
Alpha team, what was that? Your body cap signal is breaking.
Your project data is secured, yes? A so-called rapid response team. Max armor. Not me, rapid enough. But I knew you would come.
Search groundskeeper. Good guy.
That was good.
Stick around in the info. Wonder what the key's for. All right, Ripple. Let's see what you've been keeping locked.
All right. I guess I'll play. I'm actually only gonna do one round today. Not mentally ready to do 2 rounds. I get back into like the swing of it, you know? Of being bored. I've been like not that bored recently.
Ever seen a bow with strange oval-shaped wheels at each end, connected by multiple strings? This is a compound bow. By contrast, the more familiar recurve bow is nothing more than a string on a stick with the tip curving away. But when it comes to power, the compound bow can deliver more force than a recurve bow. And here's something interesting. Just before releasing the arrow, an archer using a compound bow needs far less effort to maintain full draw than an archer with a recurve bow. Let's understand why. Bows are among the earliest mechanical weapons invented by humans. By harnessing the elastic properties of wood, early civilizations stored potential energy by bending the bow and releasing it through an arrow. From ancient history to modern times, bows have relied on this same fundamental principle. But in 1966, Hollis Wilbur Allen revolutionized archery by inventing the compound bow. Unlike traditional bows, it uses a system of pulleys and steel cables to generate more power. In a recurve bow, drawing the string requires gradually increasing force, almost in a linear fashion. This force is called draw weight, and the distance you pull the string back is the draw length. When fully drawn, the bow reaches its maximum draw weight, measured in pounds. For example, a 45-pound bow requires 45 pounds of force to pull the string to a standard full draw length of 28 inches. However, even if you can't pull a recurve bow to full draw, you can still shoot an arrow, just with less power. A compound bow, on the other hand, works differently. The draw force gradually increases, peaks, and then drops significantly at full draw, thanks to its cam system. This drop in force is called let-off. For example, a 70-pound compound bow with 80% let-off means that at full draw, the archer only holds 14 pounds of weight instead of 70. This is the compound bow's biggest advantage. The archer can hold and aim for longer with minimal effort, allowing for greater precision. However, to benefit from this let-off, the archer must pull the string all the way to its full draw length. When selecting a compound bow, ensure the draw length matches your arm length for a proper fit. Before diving into how let-off works, let's first explore the...
We'll be back in just a second. Again. I'm learning compound bow.
The key
Yeah.
components of a compound bow. The central frame of the bow is called the riser, usually made from machined or cast aluminum, providing strength and stability. This part is the grip. Attached to the riser are the limbs, made from carbon fiber or fiberglass composites. These limbs fit into limb pockets and are secured by limb bolts, which can be adjusted to modify the bow's draw weight. At the end of each limb, there are cams, which are oval-shaped pulleys made of machined aluminum. These cams control the bow's power and let-off, making them a crucial part of the compound bow's unique performance. The main string, known as the bowstring, is what launches the arrow. A small loop called the D-loop is attached near the center of the bowstring, marking the spot where the arrow is nocked. The D-loop also provides a secure point for attaching a release aid, which helps the archer draw the string without slipping.
Crazy.
There are also additional strings called bus cables, which connect the cams to the limbs. A component called the cable slide moves these cables out of the way so they don't interfere with the bowstring or the arrow's path. To reduce excess vibration after a shot, a string stop is used, preventing the bowstring from oscillating back and forth and minimizing noise. Another essential part is the arrow rest, which holds the arrow in place and ensures a straight, accurate shot. For aiming, a small ring called a peep sight is embedded in the bowstring. When the bow is drawn to full length, this peep sight aligns with the shooter's eye level, aiding in precision. For even greater accuracy, a bow sight can be attached to the riser. This sight typically consists of multiple adjustable sight pins. Each can be calibrated for different distances. Additionally, small rubber-like objects called string silencers are attached to the cables and strings, helping stabilize their motion and further reducing noise. To enhance stability, a counterweight called a stabilizer is often mounted at the bottom of the riser. This reduces vibration when the arrow is released, making for a smoother and more controlled shot. Finally, the quiver can also be attached onto the riser. Every time a small force is used to control a larger force, mechanical advantage is at play. The first compound bow achieved this advantage through a pulley system. Mechanical advantage often involves a trade-off between force and distance, meaning that by increasing the distance over which force is applied, we can reduce the amount of effort needed. A simple pulley system allows us to apply less force by pulling the string over a greater distance. For example, in a single pulley system, moving an object by 1 unit requires both sides of the string to contribute 1 unit each, meaning the total pull distance is 2 units. Adding another pulley increases the force advantage to a 4-to-1 ratio, meaning 4 times the force can be applied while requiring 4 times the pull distance. This principle can be observed in the first compound bow's pulley system, which provided a similar 4-to-1 mechanical advantage on each limb. However, this does not mean the bow is 4 times more powerful. The key limitation is the archer's draw length. With a pulley system, a full draw can be achieved because the force is distributed over a longer distance. Without it, an archer could only pull 1/4 of the distance, meaning the limbs would bend by the same amount. As a result, the total power of the bow remains the same, regardless of whether or not the pulley system is used. If the power remains unchanged, why use a pulley system at all? The answer lies in efficiency. Traditional bows rely on large bending distances to store energy. This causes the bows to waste some energy carrying their own weight. However, advancements in materials like fiberglass and carbon fiber composites have allowed for stronger and more efficient limbs that can store significant energy, even in smaller movements. By incorporating a pulley system, the compound bow extends the small bending movement to a full draw length, allowing the archer to utilize all their available muscles for a more comfortable and controlled shot. Compound bows are not more powerful because of their mechanical advantage, but because of the efficiency that comes from stronger materials. And if you enjoy diving into how things like this work, then you'll love. This video is sponsored by Brilliant. Before digital clocks and smartphone alarms, this little tin-can alarm clock woke people up on time with nothing but springs and gears. Mass-produced in the late 1800s by companies like West Clocks, these rugged little machines featured ticking gears, clanging bells, and wind-up keys, all working together to jolt sleepers awake. But have you ever wondered how these classic mechanical alarm clocks actually work? Let's take a look. To understand how a mechanical clock works, we only need to understand two key things: gears and the escapement. Let's start with gears. Gears are basically wheels with teeth. When two gears mesh together, they can transfer rotation from one to the other. The type of gears we typically see in clocks are called spur gears. For two gears to mesh correctly, their tooth size and spacing must match. This is determined by something called the module, which is the ratio between the pitch diameter, an imaginary circle that represents the effective size of the gear, and the number of teeth. When two gears have the same module and the same tooth profile, they can engage smoothly and rotate together without slipping. When gears mesh, one of them drives the motion. This is called the driver gear. The gear that receives the motion is the driven gear. If both gears have the same number of teeth, they rotate at the same speed. But if the driven gear has only half as many teeth as the driver gear, it has to spin twice as fast to keep up. You can think of it like this. For the smaller gear to match the larger gear's full rotation, it needs to spin enough times to cover the bigger gear's circumference. And that depends on the number of teeth. This relationship is called the gear ratio. The gear ratio tells us how many times the driven gear rotates in relation to the driver. This principle is the foundation of how clocks reduce or multiply motion to turn the hands at the correct speed. So by using gears, we can establish the rotational relationship between the second, minute, and hour hands. Let's start with the second gear, which we'll assume has 60 teeth and acts as the driver gear. Since a clock face is divided into 60 minutes, the minute gear must rotate just 1/60th of a turn for every full rotation of the second gear. That means the gear ratio between them is 1:60. In theory, that would require the minute gear to have 3,600 teeth, which is obviously way too large to fit inside a compact clock. And it doesn't stop there. For every full rotation of the minute hand, the hour gear needs to turn 1/12 of a turn, which means it needs 12 times more teeth than the minute gear, a whopping 43,200 teeth. Clearly, these huge gear sizes aren't practical inside a small tin can alarm clock. Not to mention the issue of the minute hand rotating in reverse. So how do we solve this? To keep everything compact, we use a clever trick: compound gears. This means mounting smaller gears on the same shafts as the larger driver gears. Since the small gear shares the shaft, it rotates at the same speed. But because it has fewer teeth, it can drive the next gear without needing the next gear to be massive. For example, if the smaller gear has only 10 teeth, the driven gear only needs 60 teeth to achieve a 1:6 ratio instead of 360 teeth. By splitting the large gear ratio like 1:60 into two stages of 1:6 and 1:10, and 1:12 into 1:3 and 1:4, we can make the gears much smaller. This way, everything stays compact and efficient. And these middle gears also help in correcting the direction of rotation. Now, if we peek inside a real mechanical alarm clock, we'll see a similar arrangement. There's a gear that drives the second hand and completes one rotation every minute. This is known as the fourth wheel in clock terminology. It's driven by the third wheel with a 6:1 ratio. The third wheel is driven by the center wheel with a 10:1 ratio. The center wheel rotates once per hour, the same as the minute hand. That gives us a full 60:1 ratio from the second gear to the minute gear, just as we need. The center wheel is driven by the main gear with a gear ratio of around 5.5:1, and the arbor, or shaft, of this gear is connected to the mainspring. Interestingly, the main gear itself isn't fixed directly to the arbor. Instead, it has small teeth on its inner surface that engage with a ratchet spring attached to the arbor. When the spring is wound, the ratchet skips over the teeth, allowing the gear to stay still. But when the spring starts to unwind, the ratchet grips the teeth and drives the main gear forward. If we wind the mainspring 6 full turns, and with the 5.5 gear ratio at the center wheel, we get about 33 hours worth of rotation at the second hand. However, if nothing regulates it, the spring would just release all that energy too quickly. So we need one last critical component: something to control the release of the gear train, allowing the second gear to move only once per second. This regulation of motion is handled by the escapement mechanism, which includes the balance wheel, balance spring, escapement lever, and escape wheel. As the mainspring unwinds, it tries to spin the gear train, but the escape wheel controls this motion by getting its teeth temporarily locked and released by the escapement lever. The balance wheel is at the heart of this process. When it receives an impulse, it oscillates back and forth thanks to the restoring force of the balance spring. On its own, the wheel would eventually stop swinging due to friction. But what makes this oscillation remarkable is that, as long as the swing angle is small, each back and forth cycle takes the same amount of time, regardless of the amplitude. If it's swung farther, the spring pulls harder and speeds it up. If it swings less, the pull is gentler. But in both cases, the time remains nearly constant. This consistent timing is called the natural frequency or resonant frequency, and it's the same principle that governs how a pendulum keeps time on old grandfather clocks and wall-mounted clocks. In our balance wheel, each end of the shaft rests in a tiny plastic bearing that minimizes friction. As the wheel swings, a small impulse pin on it nudges the escapement lever, rocking it side to side. When the lever moves to one side, it briefly lets the escape wheel advance by one tooth before stopping it again with the other pallet. As the escape wheel moves, it delivers a tiny push to the impulse pin on the balance wheel, giving just enough energy to keep it swinging. The ticking sound you hear in a clock like this comes from the escape wheel being blocked by the two pins on the escape lever. The escape wheel and the fourth wheel have a gear ratio of 6.67, meaning the escape wheel must rotate 6.67 times per minute. This means that 100 teeth of the escape wheel must pass every minute. Since each back and forth oscillation of the balance wheel advances 2 teeth of the escape wheel, the balance wheel must oscillate 50 times per minute, which gives a period of 1.2 seconds per oscillation. To adjust the timing, the balance spring can be tightened or loosened using a small lever accessible from the back of the clock, ensuring accurate timekeeping. And right now, it is your learning time. If my visual animation helped you on the link, from can be ordered before the hour hand gear. The hour hand
I saw
gear
that,
is driven
yeah.
by an intermediary gear with a 1:4
That's nice.
ratio. As a result, from the center wheel to the hour hand, we have a 1:12 ratio, establishing the relationship between hours and minutes. The hour hand is mounted on a
did he?
separate
What'd
shaft
he say?
that engages with the hour gear through keyways. This allows the hour gear to slide up and down, which is necessary for the alarm mechanism. To set the time, the shaft of the center wheel can be rotated directly, turning this pinion without needing to move the center wheel itself. Since the shaft and the center wheel are connected only by friction, and because the gear train's movement is restricted by the escape wheel, this friction can be overcome, allowing the shaft to directly drive the minutes and hour hand gears without disturbing the rest of the mechanism. Now let's take a closer look at the alarm mechanism. At first glance, it resembles the escapement system we saw earlier, but this time it's connected to the hammer. The escape wheel, however, is slightly different. Its teeth are shaped like saw teeth, and it's known as the alarm ratchet wheel. As the ratchet wheel rotates, each tooth pushes the hammer lever to one side. The next tooth then strikes it from the opposite side, causing the hammer to swing back and forth rapidly. This back and forth action strikes the bells and creates the ringing sound. Driving this ratchet wheel is a pinion gear, which is connected to the large alarm spring gear. Just like the main timekeeping gear, this gear is powered by a coiled alarm mainspring. Just like main gear, the alarm gear isn't fixed directly to the shaft. Instead,
I am tired. Read that? Alright, hold up. Oh, I've heard about that. What you sent me, yeah, I've heard about that. And out loud, yep. I don't know what it's all about. Whoa. Are you free? My melanated brother? Excuse me? My melanated brother? Wait, did they buff the Marine shotgun?
The worst shotgun in Black Ops 6 Zombies just got a major buff in Season 3 Reloaded that now could be a contender for the best shotgun in the game. It is now faster than ever to use and reload, so let's test it out across
No,
Shattered
it means
Veil and
yes,
the Terminus.
but... No, I will, but... I got sidetracked by that. Because the Marine shotgun was so bad for so long. Like, I never used it because of how bad it was. Exam. Oh, I love that. What's the new thing? Oh, okay. Hello.
Hello.
Oh. I'm black. It's crazy. I can't wait to say the thing I've always wanted to say. I know, right? It's crazy. Hey, how come he can say it, but he's not black? Of course. Why didn't I think of that? A yeehaw cowboy individual. I've heard about it, but I have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea what it's about. Hmm. Hmm. I've always hated when characters in movies are like made purposely dumb. I refuse to believe that people like in horror movies and everything like that are as dumb as they are in movies. Like, oh no, there's a ghost in the house. Let's go inside and let's lock ourselves in, and like, oh man, the ghost locked the door. What are we gonna do? Let's break a window. I don't know. Use our heads. That's how it should be. Yeah. The windows are locked. Break the windows. What do you mean nothing's working? How are you not able to break a window? Bro, take a chair and smash it. Then yeah, if you shoot at a window and it does not, like, at least in the slightest bit, like, mess the window up in any way, yeah, that ghost is like really like thought of everything then. Like there's no way you're getting out. Yeah. It's so easy to like, I don't know. I always just don't like it when they make people stupid for no reason. It's like, it's actually unfair. It's like that one character from Naruto, whatever his name was. Like, Madara? I don't know. Obito? I think it was Yeah, like, he couldn't, he could, whenever he could touch things, then other people could touch, yeah. And but it's like, it's a timing thing as well, though, so like, it's like he has it's like it takes a bit to activate, like, even though it's a split second. That's why, you know, he did the whole teleport thing, and he got him. Playing one round of this, and then I'm going up to my dorm. Actually, I gotta make my cheat sheet for my test tomorrow. Then I'm going up to my dorm. My paper writing abilities are so much better than my actual test taking abilities. It's insane. Ugh. To write a 30-page paper on why Blanchard from Black Ops 6 saying, oh, he's not my favorite, he's not just book smart, but street smart. I don't know what that is. On why that's like absolute cinema. But no. Oh no, my favorite goober or whatever he says. Not just book smart, but street smart. Drain says I'm gonna go purchase Vanguard. Don't do that. The game sucks. I own it, okay? It's Vanguard Zombie sucks. I'm gonna get 999 on the Archon. Nobody's hit round cap. Yeah, because if you play too fast, the game just crashes. If it goes to 1,000, I'm gonna poop myself on the spot. I doubt it'll go to 1,000. I don't think it will. Nope. Yeah, there's no shot that goes to 1,000. Although, who knows if it goes to 1,000? It might. Easy. What? Only fair. Like May 20th. I don't know. That's pretty close. I'm like not that far off, honestly. That's like the 12th or something. 13th. Sit on a cake but eat a pee-pee, or sit on a pee-pee and eat a cake? I think I'd eat the cake too, like, probably a real cake. Like, well, it's a win-win either way, so, like, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. I think this is a sign. Yep. That's funny. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Who's this? Who's saying this makes sense? Oh, it's you, Zotis. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell for a second. I thought it was like maybe Drain or like Graves for a second. Oh yeah. I'm not starting this. Maybe we should have done something more fun then. I don't know, like play tag. I'm having a blast if you can't tell. I love this game so much. I want to keep playing it forever. Why does the game have to stop at 522 hours? Probably about 647, I think. I gotta get some good dogs though. Oh, easily 700. Probably like 780, 790, I think. No, I don't think so. I think it's like 700, like 780 though, 790. I don't know. How long did it take to 935 this map? I think I did the math for it. If you could play like you normally do the entire game at like 3.78 SPH, it's about a 1,300 hour game. So not out of the realm of like, it's not impossible. I think it would be done if that was the case, but it would take a buttload of time to do. Yeah, it's still possible. It's easily still possible. Not easily, maybe, but... Very dedicated? Yeah, like, get someone like Tom Fantasy on the job, you know? It's insane because I don't have that dedication. Tom Fantasy physically only had 25 days to play his game. He got to 301 hours played in 25 days. I have 323 hours played in 5 months. This guy played like 15 to 17 hours a day or something for like the first 12 days. I can't do that. I just can't do that. And I don't understand how people can do that. I really don't get it. Like there is no way that they like the game that much. There's no way they wouldn't rather be doing something else. Yeah. Of course. What else would they do? The F students are the inventors. I keep seeing that meme as well on TikTok. The F students are the inventors, and it just shows them breaking a school Chromebook in the most like horrific way possible. Like they'll stick some metal in an electrical outlet. The F students are the inventors. I'm an A and B student. Every now and then, a C student. I'm a follower? How am I I mean, yes. Not even a manager? Yes, I am. Oh my gosh. Aren't you like wanting to quit your job? What grounds do you have right now? I'm all you're definitely you're definitely an inventor. Zodus the inventor. Zodus the inventor. What have you invented? Tell us about some of your creations. Yeah. You made Grinder? What? Oh, thank you. What? What the heck? What? Wow, the inventor. This feels like this should be like a Team Fortress 2. I wish. I thought I had you on the entire time. I wish they could have, though.
That was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, the inventor. The B students are the managers, yeah. W inventor, they definitely can, yeah. What are you gonna invent for Cletus, Zodus?
Why? Don't drag me into it.
What? He invented me something. He invented me Grinder, but for furries,
Well,
I
that's
guess?
because y'all are a couple. Don't keep me out of it.
I don't know.
Every time I hear the words like the inventor, I just think of that one theme song from Team Fortress 2, like ba 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 da 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 da.
I think about the builder.
That's all I'm thinking of. Furry Grinder. Ba 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 da 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 da.
I hope there wasn't a new chatter just listening to that entire conversation.
That would be kind of funny. First impressions don't matter. Let's be real.
I think that might actually matter just a teensy
Not on
bit.
Twitch, they don't. All right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just say the N-word. You'll go far.
Okay.
I will not.
Make sure you're in the park. Just make sure you're in the park when you do it.
Why does it matter if I'm in the park? What? Oh yeah, that's right. So I can make. That's right. I can make bag. That's right. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I think I'm ready. If a race war ever happens, I'm gonna watch. I will stand back and I will watch. I saw that. Yeah, India and Pakistan are going to war with each other. It's like all those kids who are like, oh, I'm gonna sacrifice my life for Pakistan. Is that it? They're actually gonna do it now. They're actually gonna do it. There's gonna be the pilots. I will sacrifice my life for Pakistan. So glad I turned desktop audio off. I'm so glad I turned desktop audio off. Zodis might be a little evil. He's on his break at work, I assume, so he's just brain rotting away because likely he has no one else to brain rot to at work. Yeah, but can he like brain rot to them? I can brain rot to my friends at work. You don't have a job. Jobless. My bad. Dang. I gotta work tomorrow. No, I don't. I have my finals tomorrow. I gotta work on Friday. Work Friday, Saturday. Yeah, so I have a final at 11 a.m. and a final at 5:45 p.m. Yeah, I can stop pretending. Ooh, finally, I can stop pretending to go to school every single day. If I didn't have to go to school, this game of tag would be over with already. I'm not pulling a decal meta. No, that's not. Decal meta is not going to happen. Plus, that guy's making like a lot of money. I assume he's still getting like 100 viewers a stream. He's still making like decent money, so it doesn't even matter. That is not bread like a live stream. This guy's definitely making a decent amount of money. I wanna go home. Yes, cool. What? No. Have you listened to Kids Bop recently? Singing PGX's next song. You got pipes, bro? Don't say it like that. What? You got pipes? I got pipes like vocal cords? Who has ever said you got pipes, bro? That's like a drug deal. That's what they would say. And they'd ask it as a question. Oh my gosh, I just saw that get recommended to me, but I scrolled past it. Hold on, let me go back up. And no, it was only one video above. I scrolled up one because I saw that. Pet raccoon caught with a meth pipe during traffic stop. Yeah, wait, hold on. Aw, what a cute raccoon. Raccoon smoking meth, like, kind of makes sense. Like, if any animal were to smoke meth, it would definitely be a raccoon. What's that? The what? The rat? Are you saying rat? Or RAC? Yeah. Cletus, maybe delete that message just in case. I don't, just in case. I don't want Twitch to, like, see that. Because, look, people in, like, chat have zero context to that whatsoever. And that also Cletus is also black. Alright? And that could genuinely get me banned, so... How do I delete that message? Okay. I do too. I don't have a delete. How do I delete a message? Oh. I'm trying to, but... Messages? Like... Doesn't give me an option. Alright, I'm just gonna do this, Cletus. There we go. Then... There you go. You're good. Yeah, it's... Like, Twitch doesn't understand the context of this. And that you're black as well. Like, literally. Oh, Cletus just left. Why did Cletus leave? The silence is deafening? Cletus. What do you mean the silence is deafening? You're not in the call. What do you mean his sounds is deafening then? Yeah. But why? I just did the timeouts to get rid of the message, that's all. I assume you know. Part-time streamer can't even entertain us? Yeah, I can't. This is not entertaining, okay? Let's be real. No part of this game has probably ever been entertaining so far. If you and Zoda share brain cells? Well, we're both dumb. He's dumber at me than some things, I'm dumber at him than other things, you know, but it balances out. You're dumb and deaf? Yeah, I am yeah. So we have deaf, awkward, and racist. It'll be so sad if I ever lose my hearing one day. I'm gonna have to do that little bone conduction thing in order to listen to music. What do you mean? No, that was kind of the end of my thought. Like, you know, like when people, they'll bite on like a metal rod or something and then had the vibrations go through their skull instead? I don't know. No? Oh, hold on. Yeah! Like, okay, hold on, let me look it up. Bone conduction headphones. No, I'm literally not lying. This is a full-on thing. Yeah, I choose to ignore it. Yeah, but no, bone conduction, like, okay, here it is. How the science of how bone conduction works. I am too. As far as I know, you're AI. I'm AI. I am not AI, but you know. Yeah, you're AI. Yeah. I'm an AI program just to play tagged or Toten until the end of time. It's like the one, like infinite amount of monkeys, you know, on a typewriter will eventually write Shakespeare. Infinite Rhinds playing tag will eventually hit the 522-hour error. The government decided to make me drink brute Republican water and a... You and Zotis are both bots sent by the government and CIA to make me drink the brute Republican water and avoid sissy liberal water. Yeah, avoid that sissy liberal water. Drink some Republican water. Yeah. You sissy liberals and your liberal water. Can't even drink it. Probably pumped full of estrogen. And dude, I can't get over it whenever what's his name? Whenever I'm like, oh, I want to learn how to play the violin. Chief is like, would you like a side of like estrogen with that? And I'm like, all right, pal. A little much. That would never not be funny to me. I will prevail. Mm-hmm. I would love to try those out, see what they sound like. Wait, this song's on piano? Oh, I gotta learn this on piano. That's played in a minor? Is it? This sounds wrong. This is what I want to hear. Dude, this ending of this song is like the ending of Chiquitita by ABBA. That's how, that's what it reminds me of. How Marine recruits survive boot camp in San Diego. That's gonna be me after I'm done with my game. Healthy level of stress. No. Oh,
obstacles.
you have not. I thought you've been able to hear this the entire time. I've been listening to this the entire time.
The goal through first phase is to kind of break them down, second phase, and we build them back up. That's the point of this course right here, to build their confidence. Stairway to Heaven, not my personal favorite. It's just challenging because it's so high up. And the higher you get, the more spaced out the logs are that you have to navigate over.
Do you ever find like that any recruits are afraid of heights?
Yes. And you don't know it until we're out here navigating these obstacles. If they're up high on the Stairway to Heaven, they have no choice to give up. And that's what makes them confident in overcoming their fears, is that there's no other way to get off the obstacle other than to complete it. Slide for Life is another obstacle that's higher up than the others. To build their confidence. Get it! Get them to do something that they would have probably never have done if it weren't for coming here.
Go 3, let go! Down, down. Battles of World War II. Battles of World War II, I served. Guadalcanal, Iwo Jima, Tarawa, Midway, Okinawa. Who was the first female Marine? First female Marine Corps, I served. Oprah May Johnson, 1918. Do we all know about the Battle of Iwo Jima? Yes, sir. Who died on Iwo Jima? John Baxwell. Third Sergeant John Baxwell, got it? Yes, sir. Was awarded a Medal of Honor in a whole nother battle, and then died on Iwo Jima. Got it? Yes, sir. That man was a legend. Yes, sir. You understand? Yes, sir. Down, 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 down. Take him out that sir. Aye, sir. Take him out that sir. Aye, sir. Take him out that sir. Aye, sir.
All you get over here now. Aye, ma'am.
The way they sound is crazy.
Yes, sir. Elliot. Here, sir. Right now, we currently have 37 females on our platoon, which is probably the smallest platoon I've ever seen come through San Diego female-wise. Here, the females actually are with the males since day one, all the way through. They obviously can't talk to each other. They don't live in the same squad base or anything, but they do PTs with each other, practice, all that stuff with each other. They go to the classrooms together. So there is interaction, but they can't talk.
I didn't know that the male and female recruits could not talk to each other.
No.
Is that for a reason?
I don't know if it's for a reason, but I believe that it does help, because then the recruits are actually focused on what they actually came here to do. A recruit should never be having a good time. They should not be talking about what they had for lunch or nothing. They're just strictly business for 13 weeks.
I'll be taking about that, sir. Aye, sir. That's all of you, aye, sir. Aye, sir.
If you talk, if you look around, I will fail you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Big MAP is the Marine Corps Martial Arts program. It's the program that we have in the Marine Corps for actually teaching fighting from different martial arts as boxing, jiu-jitsu, judo, Muay Thai, and we teach it so the Marines and recruits can be more deadly in the fleet.
Uppercut! Uppercut!
Execute!
Down!
Execute!
Down!
Execute!
Down!
Execute the technique! Take a knee. We were telling them to take a knee because they were doing a fundamental or a principle of the technique wrong. Number 3, third squad, take a knee. They can miss up to 10 techniques and still pass the test. But if we did have a recruit fail the test, they would give a 24-hour period that they would retest tomorrow, and they would come to us, we would reevaluate them.
Just get the ones that I was choking them all.
I would like to think that most recruits do like it because it's a way for them to learn to control their anger and through interinoculation to interpersonal violence and actually be able to let some of that out from the frustrations of recruit training.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So currently we're on grass week with the recruits. What they do for the purpose of this week is get them into the positions to better prepare them to actually shoot the rifle. What they use at recruit training is an M16A4. You have to learn the basics, learn the fundamentals before we can actually give rounds. It's that baseline before we get to push on to the next evolution of training, which will be shooting the actual rifle.
Here's how this is gonna work, got it?
Yes, sir.
You all have a double feed, fix it.
All right, yes, sir.
Is that how you correct a double feed? No, sir. Show me how you correct a double feed.
Cross check.
Reload. This recruit cannot correctly remember.
Okay, go plead brakes, right? You're good. Hold your breath for about 3 seconds, let it out. Do that 3 times. Just freak it out. You don't need to freak out, got it?
Yes, sir.
Take it out, look at me.
Yes, sir. Hit. Arms ready.
Every Marine is a rifleman. You never know who's gonna go to combat and who's gonna actually need to use their rifle. So we need to make sure that every Marine is confident in their abilities to shoot. We have 4 stations, so they'll be in the kneeling, supported on the window. They'll lay down in the prone on the rooftop. They'll move to the bunker. After the bunker, they move to another prone position. You never know like what positions you'll have to shoot in and what kind of cover you'll have.
I'm touching your mag pouches to feel for live rounds.
Aye, sir.
Go get cleared out by your officer.
Aye, sir.
When he observed wounded Marines trapped in the enemy line of fire, Corporal Kane immediately positioned himself to provide covering fire for the Marines attempting to pull the wounded to safety, all while remaining dangerously exposed to the enemy's impact zone. He repeatedly thwarted insurgent attempts to fire their machine guns down the stairs at the fellow Marines with accurate and deadly fire from the squad automatic weapon. As the last of the wounded were being evacuated, portions of the building fell on top of him, crushing his leg. His heroic actions and selfless devotion to duty inspired all who observed him and were instrumental in the evacuation of Marines needing urgent medical care and in the destruction of the enemy stronghold. A toast to Corporal Kane.
A toast to Corporal Kane.
Trigger.
To the core. Out. Honor. Courage. Commitment.
I have always wanted to be a Marine since I was very young. My stepdad was a Marine, and he's taught me basically most of everything that I know.
Has this been hard?
Yes, sir, very hard.
Why?
Mostly the mental aspect for me, just being away from home. I've been away from home for, a couple weeks at a time, but it was with other family. It was never by myself. Being away from home for 13 weeks, it's kind of hard, especially when the week I left was my niece's birthday. It was her first birthday and I had to leave the day before. And so that kind of really made me hurt for the first couple weeks.
Weaver, 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 Weaver.
That's not what you're supposed to do. You were told to get
He's
on
not
the road.
responding, Weaver.
Respond!
Okay, now you're not responding to me.
I am so.
Fix it.
I am him.
Do something. Delegate. Do something.
I am. Kolokovsky. Yes. Fix the pack.
The reason we were doing that is just to let everybody prove that they can be a leader at some point and take charge.
Weaver!
The drill instructors were correcting us on everything we're missing. We weren't moving fast enough.
What are you gonna do?
I enjoyed it because it did give me that sense of, oh, hey, I'm actually leading and they're actually helping me lead in their own way.
2 columns. This is not 2.
They're not responding to you.
Aye, sir. Respond.
They've done.
1 round has passed. I am not playing another. That took me 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours. Yeah, right. Well, that's another 2 hours of time knocked off.
Oh, it's gonna take a while still.
Alright, goodbye. I'll see you guys later. I'll stream some more Saturday morning. Friday morning. So, bye-bye.